Good gentlemen, welcome to ESEA Invite Week 8 of Season 28. I am your host, and casting alongside of me I have drshadowpuppet, and we have a pretty good match lined up for you guys here tonight. We have two projected top 4 invite teams if everything falls into place. We have New Godflow taking on Ascent. drshadowpuppet, what's going on, man? What do you think of this matchup tonight?
I'm really excited to actually see this new Godflow team. I haven't watched a whole lot of TF2 this season except what I've casted, and it's full of some big names. It's full of some exciting players, especially on a map like Metalworks. I'm excited to see what they can pull out here.
Well, first off, before we get anything, before we're going, this isn't the normal Ascent roster you're normally seeing. No one really knows what happened, but apparently High Five, one of the stronger players on Ascent, in my opinion, randomly left the team. No reason. He didn't say anything. Nursey said that he was calm and mumble during the Froyo game, and all of a sudden left the roster and everything. So I don't know if this is a permanent change. I don't know how long this is going to be, but we have Phelps, aka Happy Cool, joining the server as a Ascent filler or potential main for the rest of the season. So it is the same Ascent roster you've known and loved. Just instead of High Five, you now have Phelps, Yite Scout, Marmaloo Roamer, Aim Pocket, Campy Demo, and Nursey Medic.
And bringing up the opposite side here on New Godflow, we have Patty on Scout, Evil Mr. Muffins on Scout as well. Dingo rounded up on Demo Man, Marmaduke Grills on the Roamer, Pocket as Psy, and Medic Classic 404, bringing in the heals.
So the same New Godflow, unless Dingo and Saga want to switch it up on the certain map. I know they swap roles from time to time because they're both very, very skilled soldiers. So depending on who's more comfortable on certain maps, I know they like to swap around. But this is a pretty good map. I was seeing New Godflow scrim this map against Froyo a couple days ago, I believe, for their pre-games. And Ascent or Godflow looks very, very strong on this map. They took Froyo relatively close. I believe it was a 5-3 on Metalworks, and it almost went to a golden cap. Yeah, I fixed my mic. Sorry about that. But as I was saying, New Godflow took Froyo Tech relatively close to game point. And took them 5-3, so it was a very close game. I think that New Godflow, if there's a map that they could beat this team on, it's going to be this team. And if New Godflow can actually win this match, I believe they get a free ticket in the playoffs, unless they lose to some of the lower invite teams, because Mentality is still in the run, technically, if they were to upset Froyo Tech. So, as long as New Godflow are strong and they've been performing like they've been performing, because they've been performing relatively well against all the other teams, mainly besides Froyo, obviously. They took a pretty rough loss last night. But hopefully we can see New Godflow pull up the upset. I would love to see it. Honestly, if I had to give this, I would want to say golden cap and then give it to Godflow.
So what kind of effect do you think losing High Five is going to play on this team? I know he's known for clicking on people with much skill and precision. I know Phelps is not a slouch in his own right, but not exactly High Five, so...
I mean, High Five is definitely a more well-rounded player, but I'm more than confident in saying and playing, being a previous teammate of Happy Cool, he is definitely more than capable of replacing High Five's position. He can definitely fill the shoes, and I just don't know if he's going to bring that same level of, shot calling and main calling that High Five brought to, because being a combo scout, that's one of the strongest roles for most teams, is having a strong main caller scout. But hopefully Phelps can fill the shoes of High Five. I know he has the DM to back it up. It's just, I really think the problem is going to be the shot calling, honestly. But again, you have Nursey and Aim, so I don't think it's going to be that big of a difference. But like I said, they might still be getting used to this lineup. I don't know if Phelps is playing out the season. This could just be like a one-night thing, but we'll see. But I still want to give this to Godflow, honestly, just because this is a super last-minute shakeup between with Ascent, with High Five leaving. So I would honestly give this, if Godflow is playing well tonight, this could go to golden cap, or Godflow could just take it.
Would love to see a golden cap on this map. Metalworks is one of my favorite maps, especially to watch TF2, much less to play on, but...
Yeah, I mean, Metalworks is an awesome map to watch, in my opinion. It's super, super explosive on mids. Soldiers go behind. Scouts run under point, super hectic on mids, which is what I like. It really shows what teams are able to control themselves and stabilize in these certain mid fights, because it can be this isn't like a really slow pace mid at times. You can send your flank under point instantly and just find a frag very easily. That's the one thing that a lot of teams have to be able to control, is the chaotic flanks, especially from Ascent with Marmalou, a very skilled soldier, rose to the ranks super fast. If you don't know who Marmalou is, he is definitely one player on this map I would definitely fear, because he can easily get behind and act and like slaughter your mids. Like, you could have something going good, maybe you kill Nursey early, but Marmalou will like one up you and kill 404 and maybe someone else.
Yeah, one of the reasons I love to watch teams play on this map is all of the various angles and side paths that a very clever roamer or off class can hide in, get in behind the enemy team, and just absolutely wreck. And with two superstar roamers, one on each team, it'll be a treat to watch them pop off on this map.
Absolutely. I know, depending on who's roaming tonight, I mean, for New Godfall, it could be Dingo, because I know Dingo and Sai swap a lot. I don't know who exactly is playing Demo. If I had to guess, it's probably Sai on this map, because I know he's a big fan of this map on as Demo. But we can't really see until the already up. We should be going live here shortly. It looks like every single player's in the server. Shouldn't be too much longer.
Hopefully not. So what do you think of off-class potential? Not only just on this map, but with the teams. Anybody stand out for you as an excellent sniper or excellent spy?
If I had to give standout players, if I had to give like two from each team, honestly, if you're talking from an off-class perspective, I'd give it to Happy Cool or Phelps. He's a phenomenal sniper. He's played Highlander before back in the day, and he was an extremely good sniper. And I know he still has it. All in all, probably the other like standout player on Ascent for me is probably either Campy or actually probably Marmalou. Marmalou actually dominates flanks in this game, and especially on a map like this. Who would you like your Godflow? Who'd be like your two standout players?
In terms of off-class, or just in terms of the standout plays?
In terms of just standout playmaking, it could off-classing, regular players. Just who do you think is gonna like? Who are you gonna like watch out for? Keep your eye on most of VOD.
I really, really enjoy Marmaduke Grills as a soldier. I just think his DM's on point. He executes some very good bombs. You mentioned that he might be playing either Pocket or Roamer, depending on how their other classes shake out. And I like him on either role, honestly. And just as a medic main, I just love watching 404 play. Just the way he is in and out of damage and the way he just distributes those heals, I think really brings his team together.
Marmaduke is a very seasoned invite player. He's been playing since, all I know is before season 20, so that's all you really need to know about Marmaduke. He's done his time in invite, so he's pretty much seasoned to either role of Pocket or Roamer. Either what you're gonna put him on. I feel like he is gonna be roaming tonight. It looks like Dingo's locking in on Demo, at least in pregame, and I know Sai's not a roamer usually, so my guess would be Marmaduke, Roamer, Saigai, Pocket for this lineup, unless something else happens. I should be able to tell. I must have most of these players added, so I could tell if Sai's on Demo or Soldier from the start. But I mean, the only thing I could really see Godflow messing this up on is allowing Marmalou and Yite to run the flank and just allowing them to make too many plays. I know Patty is he's very skeptic of certain flanks, and he knows what players can do certain damage, so I know he's not going to let them go unwarranted and just allow them to do whatever they want. So I know Patty's going to keep good track of him. He's very good at that kind of stuff. So he shouldn't be Marmalou and Yite shouldn't have the same amount of impact if Patty is paying attention as he usually does and making sure his team is aware of the flanks at.
I agree, especially on this map, but and against this team, great flank play is going to be absolutely crucial. Do you want to see Flo maybe play it safe and defensive on the flank, allow Ascent to make the first move and then counter them with overwhelming force, or do you want to see a little bit of moves from Patty?
I want to see new Godflow move around. I don't like seeing teams sit in, top left or lower right because you're just in a choke point. Every little spot on mid is pretty much a choke point. When you walk up right, you have to get up that little wooden slope. That's a whole choke point right there. You're gonna take a lot of damage going up that, and if you're gonna take your time and blob up through that and walk up slowly, you're gonna take too much damage, especially if Campy's on and hitting that ramp consistently, which he should be as in top invite demo. I want to see Godflow move and take sides effectively and, pressure out soldiers. You want to keep soldiers as pressured as possible on this map because this is a very strong mid for them because obviously the melee bomb, you want to be able to capitalize on them. As soon as they land the floor, they need to be two-shot. They need to be blown up instantly. There's no in-between. If you give them a third rocket, especially on this map with how tight everything is, your med's going to die. This is kind of thing of this granary in a sense where if you're not super uptight about soldiers and damaging them early and calling their positions. So if a soldier gets behind, your whole mid's going to be a disaster. You can kind of let a scout get behind because he's not going to have the same amount of damage as a soldier on such a close quarters map. I would 110% want to see Godflow move around, and as soon as I see Marmalu, initiate and focus a target and find a frag on that.
Sounds like a winning game plan, really, especially with the strength and scouts that both teams have.
Absolutely. I mean, other than that, I believe Campy is just having some PC issues. He just has a mic problem. I believe his mic wasn't working, so he's restarting his PC. Should be a couple more minutes, nothing longer than that. But I think I already gave my predictions. I said I was going to give it to Flow in overtime because, like I said, I don't think they're going to adapt to High Five not being on the team right away.
Yeah, but, I think similarly. Except I think it's going to be even worse. I think I'm going to say that Flow's probably going to take this 5-3. Ascent's going to take an early round, maybe even 2, but something's going to happen. And missing their original teammate and the events of this week might put them on tilt just a little bit, and they can lose control of the game.
I noticed that a lot of people in Ascent aren't really tilty. I mean, I know Nursey can get a little bit of emotional. Right. Phelps isn't really a tilter. Yite's not really a tilter. If I had to say if there's one person get emotional on Ascent, it'd probably be Nursey or High Five, but obviously High Five's not in the server right now. I could just see both those players, trying to make a play or trying to make a call and it goes, it doesn't work out as intended. People's emotions do flare up, especially for Flow. I could see emotions flaring up just because of the position they're put in. They had a very rough start to the season, getting upset by Mentality and then I believe also losing to Velocity on Gully Wash. They had a very rough start to the season. And hope now that they're finally, getting in their groove, they're getting comfortable with their roles. They've been, map reviewing and demo reviewing from what it looks like. Now that, Flow's been kind of more activated, they woke up realizing, wow, we might not make playoffs. Because a lot of people, when Flow entered Invite this season, it was a simple, that's a playoff team on paper. Patty on Scout, old Froyo player, tons of ex-Froyo Tech players on here, which raises a couple flags. So wow, this player's really good if he got on that team. So it's kind of everyone thought this was a playoff team, but the Mentality came in super strong the start of the season and stole a game off them, and then they lost to Velocity, putting them in such a crazy situation.
Yeah, and as you said earlier, this is not necessarily do or die time for their playoff dreams, but this match is essential if they want to secure that spot and not have any worries for the rest of the season about an off game or a missing player.
Absolutely, and I believe I'm going to open up the ESEA stat page or the ladders real quick. Mentality has 38 rounds, New Godflow has 44, and looking at it, I just want to compare the two teams real fast on who has a better opportunity to make playoffs from a round point of view. New Godflow plays obviously Ascent and Velocity tomorrow, so if New Godflow were to lose both these games, they're going to end up 8-9, and that's 8-8 rather. That's going to be a little bit. That's not really guaranteed playoff level. Well, Mentality Esports is 6-7. So they have a match against Black Swan, which is a forfeit. So they're going to be 7-7. Then they verse Froyo Tech and Omni 5. So just like that, they're probably going to end up 8-8 as well because they're going to lose to Froyo Tech. Their Omni 5's dead, along with along with Black Swan being dead.
Yeah, Black Swan. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to at least get 4 rounds right off the bat. New Godflow has, I believe, 44 rounds right now, and Mentality has 38. So they're down by 6 rounds. So if Mentality were to win out and then take a bunch of rounds on Froyo, if they were to take 3 rounds on Froyo, best case scenario, and then if New Godflow were to, like, let's say they get like one round here, then get 5-0'd by Vel, or vice versa, there's a hot chance that they don't make playoffs because they're gonna lose rounds 4. There's no more head to head. It's gonna be for rounds 4 because they beat Mentality later in the season, as they also lost them in the beginning of the season. So there's an opportunity there for New Godflow to get cheated out.
Right, but if they win here tonight, then that makes them 8-6 or 9-6,
Which
and pretty much
puts them
secures
in
their
playoffs.
spot.
Yeah.
And we're live. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. So this is a huge match for New Godflow. We need to see them perform tonight, but it looks like Dingo is going to be playing on the demo man role while Saiga going to be on pocket. So they're going back to their old original roster they've been using since day one. I'm going to be watching Campy this mid, or aka Zayler. Take us on this first mid, Dr. Shadow Puppet.
All right. Well, they're doing a quick little rollout here, just kind of waiting for everybody to get in. Saigai is a little bit earlier than the opposing demo man. Zayler coming in and having to back up basically immediately. Red Soldier's taking the crates and getting denied pretty quickly. I'm liking the position that Flow has put themselves in here, taking less damage. And as the mid kind of equalizes here, heals are starting to come out. No kills yet traded in between the two teams.
Very good positioning from Patty. Put himself right on top of the point. No soldiers were able to bomb. Flow is taking such a... This Flow is in a very, like, static position. They've just held top right. Their health isn't... neither team has good HP right now. Phelps taking a lot of damage. Saigai looking for an arrow on top of the red crate. Yite's going to finally find a kill on the Marmaduke. That's going to be the first push. And it looks like Flow, based on health and positioning, they're just going to opt to leave here. Yite might find a kill onto Muffins here as well. I don't know why Muffins was still able to get caught in there. He should have been long gone by then. But it looked like he got caught in behind. And Ascent going to take that mid.
Yeah, an excellent push there from Ascent. Godflow just took a lot of damage and weren't able to reciprocate. Here comes the bomb in right now on Ames, doing a lot of damage. Secondary bomb trying to get on the medic. 404 does have to pop. No counter Uber in play for this. And it looks like the scout attempt is going to get denied. Full Uber advantage for Nursey as they try to push into second point here.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great bomb from Marmalou. No scout was in position because Muffins died so late, so they didn't really have that initial call that Marmalou was getting in, nor did they have the protection because Patty just couldn't stop him by himself because Marmalou was in the skybox. Not having Muffins, there was a big handicap, but it looks like Ascent opting to take the Super Valley. I got my eyes on Happy Cool right now, going to be walking it up left here. The Chariot Uber is looking to get into play here. Phelps taking way too much damage though before this. The bomb is coming in onto Nursey, and Marmaduke gets 4 rockets off, and they find a kill on aim. That's so unfortunate from the side of Ascent there, but Patty is going to fall to Marmalou, so a little bit of a bonus pick, but Dingo finding a kill. Oh my god, Dingo and Sai mulching and evil Mr. Muffins. Terrible positioning from New Godflow, or I'm sorry, from Ascent there. Just overextending on the lower right there, Shadow Puppet. They put yourself in a little box versus 2 of the best projectile classes in Invite, and I don't know what outcome they were expecting there. And then New Godflow full out here.
Yeah, New Godflow just had to sit up there in upper and just rain down hellfire. They push into mid here, taking the midpoint nice and easy, even going to send Marmalou back. Full Uber advantage again for 404. They have a limited time to make this work, but it seems like they've got everybody together distributing those buffs, and they're going to take it Valley as well. Kind of a mirror push to what they just held off. Patty trying to take out the sticky bombs. Here comes the counter bomb, and Ames is denied basically immediately. And Flow has all the space they want. Pops the Uber in on Patty. He's going deep. Nice kill on Happy Cool. He's going to have to back off here, but he's going to go for another kill. No, but Flow has got to be happy with that Uber. They took a lot of ground, took a lot of space, and now they're pushing up right against Ascent's last point.
This is a good positioning that you have for Flow. I mean, they might be trying to put... Patty just walks right in. They're looking to double sack here, actually. Big bomb in from Marmaduke. He's going to actually force... Nursey respects that so much. And Patty winning the 1v1 versus Yite. Nursey respected Marmaduke so much that he went for that rocket, and it actually almost just blasted Nursey, and she actually pops there. Amazing stuff from the double sack coming out of... New Godflow there, and I actually think Marmaduke lived there. I don't think he died. Patty just...
No, he just jumped right on back out. I can't blame Nursey though. You know, 56 health is the lowest she got, and Marmaduke is jumping me, and I'm 56 health. I'm popping that Uber.
I think Yite losing that fight there to Patty was kind of the reason why Nursey popped, because noticing that Patty's like in on you, it's kind of scary. It's like, whoa, my flank's open now. If not, Yite said, so you kind of have to pop there, which is justified. But here we come. The Uber gonna get ready to pop up here. New Godflow just giving up their buffs here. I think actually it looks like Patty playing might be on flank. I'm trying to figure this out here because I know this is a little bit of a weird roster.
I think they're running around trying to get buffs, but they've almost waited too long. Nursey has Uber again. They took too much damage and lost their buff. They might still try to make something happen with it, but losing that Uber advantage, not the greatest.
I mean, I don't know why they didn't push on that. I mean, granted, you could just keep sacking now because you kind of have like that privilege to just keep like feeding. So, but here's one thing that Marmaduke's a big. Oh, I thought he was gonna come on the spy, but Marmaduke bombs the gun and kills the gun. Big bomb there to kill the level or the 7th player.
I'm not sure that was the target he was wanting, but
hey, you know, you got to take what you can get if you're not gonna get on Nursey because there's a aimbot shooting at you. Right. I respect that.
Ascent taking a lot of position here, maybe even trying to push in. They know that that Marmaduke is still not with them, but they're just trying to see if they can convert another pick and then backed out.
Marmaduke looks like he's just trying to check off classes, so it looks like they know about the Marmaduke Sniper. Marmaduke Sniper, honestly, in my opinion, it's a wild card. He's either going to kill everyone on the server, or he kind of just exists at times. That's the vibe I get from Marmaduke. So hopefully he's able to find a pick on someone here. It looks like he's trying to tag one of the scouts. He took a crack shot at both Happy Cool and Yite and missed them both, but he has all the time in the world. He has 7.5 minutes to get a pick. He has no rush here.
No, none at all. And you know, last is such a hard point to push off of on Metalworks that he has so much mental space as well. Or even 0-0, nobody's taken a round yet. I'm interested to see if he can make it work here.
I mean, he's either going to go for something. Yeah, he went for just a crazy peek because Nursey's not going to put herself in a position to get domed like that. But I mean, here comes a bomb from Marmalou. Got real deep. That's a little scary, but Patty and Muffins, you know, it's a 2-man operation to take down Marmalou. He's a wild beast, some would say. But other than that, back to another stalemate. Muffins trying to peek shutters. Marmaduke looks like he's going to roll back out on the sniper. Marmalou, will he come up in off class? Probably not. He's going to check out off classes for spy again.
So just the classic TF2 stalemate here. What can Flow do if this Marmaduke sniper is not going to work? Do they have other options?
I mean, you can always 2-man again. 2-manning on this map is very optional because there's 3 main areas where you can go that are extremely hard to push out of. You have main, which is top right, lower left, and then shutter. All areas where you can die to traps and just get forced instantly through spam. Marmaduke looking to go for another god shot. Marmaduke just taking him down. He got a little closer than I would have liked, but here comes the force. That's what I'm looking at. The 2-man.
Here we go.
Big 2-man. They all looked at Marmaduke more players than you would have wanted to, but it looks like Ascent wants to try and find the force here onto them. Look at that player lower right, though. You have Marmalou getting ready to go for a position. Gets bombed. Finds 404. Hits him with a nice rocket, though. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Marmalou needs to die. 404, 50 health. Super low. But no one else from Ascent can push because of their disad that they have. And almost getting caught out there by Dingo if he was a little bit faster.
And now all Flow has to do is set up, get these buffs, and start pushing. Which door are they going to choose? It is the time to go. Marmalou just now spawning. And here comes the pop on the far left, leading in on Scout and focusing the Heavy immediately. Heavy gets out, but Nursey is stuck in. If they can convert that pick, that'd be optimal.
One big problem that Flow didn't really do is play the cap, but it doesn't matter because they're converting some frags here. But Ascent is also killing everything in sight. Marmaduke gonna finally find a kill on the campy. 404 has to try and find his way out. He's gonna start. He is on the chase, but Patty brought in so much time for 404 to get out, but I didn't really like that. They didn't play cap. No one, like, they had 4 players in spawn, and no one got on cap from Godflow till the very end.
Yeah, everybody got behind, and after they pushed that Heavy out, they could have just turned around.
But it looks like Ascent should just be waltzing back on here. Muffins, that's not what you want to see. Your flying scout just getting eviscerated, and that's not what you want to see from Dingo. Ooh. This could have been holdable because they have 70% Uber. But now that you just lost 2 of your stronger classes, like if you lost a soldier instead of Muffins, okay, I can respect that. But it looks like we have a pause though.
Yeah, they could have tried to hope here for a counter, for a quick pop or something onto Nursey, but losing 2 players like that, it looks like they're just going to choose to back right on out. Maybe Marmaduke can try to do something sneaky, but Nursey's way out, and I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't even think you can afford to send Marmaduke
No,
at
I
this
don't.
point because like after these two picks you just like after Muffins and Side-Eyed or Dingo rather died, you're looking at around probably like 10-15 more seconds on that respawn because those are very fresh deaths. So Ascent's just gonna walk in here, but again, this is 90 seconds in the future, so we don't know exactly what happened. If I had to guess, I think Campy's mic messed up again. Um, New Godflow need to find their footing, especially against Ascent here. You can't be losing your demo and your flying scout before the Uber. This is just giving Ascent free reign to pretty much do whatever you want.
Right. So you are new Godflow here. What do you do next? You're almost at Uber. Do you attempt to do a second hold and hope that your players can join you, or do you hold further back into lobby?
I mean, if you're able to get forwards here, if they don't stack or if forwards are pretty much going to happen anyway, I would definitely try to hold second here because you're going to get Uber. Or worst case scenario, you wait for your spawners, contest a little bit through left shutter and maybe wrap back through main, take an exchange if, someone has bad positioning. Try and keep Marmaduke because if you look at his positioning right now, he's actually in lower lobby. If you can kind of get in a position to go for like a flank play, maybe hide somewhere, if that Uber exchange were to happen, if you think of this like long term and like couple minutes in the future, Marmaduke could collapse on an Uber if you were to exchange, and he could do a serious damage on a map like this where he just has free reign if he was in from behind. But like I said, hopefully Godflow were to do something like that and kind of just position themselves. But like I said, we still have to see how this retake from Ascent rolls out. Because again, Nursey could just drop the Uber. You never know.
That's true. Always a possibility. I don't see anybody in a good position. I was about to say I don't see any sticky bombs, but there's a very good reason for that. So barring any sort of wild jump in from Marmaduke or just dropping the Uber trying to milk it too long, I don't really see that as too much of a possibility either.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to see. I mean, I'm looking at this pause now, like on mid. I'm looking at like the positioning from Ascent because it's dominating. Like what you say, the Ascent. Aim is about to pressure out Dingo or Side Guy. I hate how they switch their names, man.
Yeah.
But Aim's about to go for a big air, or Sai's going for a big air shot onto Aim. Well, if that air shot hits, I'm giving away a craft hat. I don't think this hits.
No, I think it goes under him here.
It goes under him. All right, I'll put my. All right, if this misses, or if this hits, I'll give you a craft hat. What do you say? You take that bet? I think this will hit. I feel like Aim's just gonna go flying into it for some reason. That's something that would happen to Aim.
I don't know if I want to bet against Sai here.
Yeah, I mean,
never a great bet.
I mean, word on the street is that when Sai actually played on Tech, Banny actually paid him over $1,000 to not MG him on stream because he would just get eviscerated. Like I've heard stories of 20 O's in Sai's favor. I mean, this man has monstrous DM. He runs Badlands mid. I mean, I just don't know if he can take it from Delpo. Delpo, he also runs the MG land of Badlands mid.
Yeah, I don't know much about the MGE lore here, so.
I mean, if you gave Sai like an Xbox controller and gave Banny a keyboard and mouse, Banny would lose 20-0 hands down. Because Sai is just that amazing at DMing things. But I mean, I don't know how long this pause is. Hopefully, it's not longer than 10 minutes.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, I want to watch the outcome of this game. And my HUD's going to be delayed for like 15 minutes probably. But, I mean, I'm just making sure no one's on crits here. Alright. So, I mean, I feel like Godflow could really contest this if they wanted to, if they were really feeling ballsy. If they were to, like, wait for cap to, like, half cap, maybe a third capped, they could wrap in through lower or, like, valley, Uber onto point to contest it, take an exchange, and then pray to God that they get enough health and positioning that when they're spawning, they can collapse on, like, players out of position. But that's in, like, a perfect world and, like, monster, like, coordination.
Yeah, maybe against a lesser team than Ascent, but like you said, the Ascent soldiers are getting into great position. Aim is kind of in the danger zone a little bit here, but I'm sure he'll be okay. And Marmaloo's taken those crates, and if they can just hold these positions and deny any entry, that seems like a very risky endeavor to try to perform against a team like Ascent.
Absolutely, yeah. But I'm gonna see if I can message someone, see what's going on. I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of Campy here. See if you can give me the insider scoop on the pause. Everyone's offline on Steam during this important match. Marmela's looking to trade. Keep the side guy stream. Let me see what's going on there. Maybe he's you're in for a treat because on the side guy stream it's still paused, and that's quite a bit of ways in the future.
90 seconds.
All right.
Oh, they went live.
Oh, okay. So here we go. I'm gonna quickly reconnect back to the server so my HUD's fixed, so it shouldn't be longer than 10 seconds before I start commentating again. But anyway, it looks like Ascent here is just capping mid casually. No real threat, except for the Uber exchange that's actually happening on second. Patty is gonna find a kill on the Marmaloo. It looks like Ascent is on the back foot here actually after Marmaloo falling there. It looks like Godflow is actually on to aim if they can find this kill and keep damaging him. Patty looking to walk in here. Campy doesn't really have a lot of traps set up here. He actually does this. Patty is in onto aim. Patty trying to take so much room, but he does die, unfortunately. Muffins is going to find nice pipe from Dingo onto Yite there. And it looks like as long as Godflow can just keep their health up, they might be able to take this. Ascent having a little bit of better positioning, but 404 is very weak. And Dingo is actually going to fall to the hand of Aim and Marmaloo. And that's going to be Godflow retreating back to the second. And then Phelps finding a very late kill onto Marmaduke.
Sorry about that. I crashed on HUD reload scheme, but
No
sounds
problem.
like you kind of had it under control there. Ascent taking position in this lobby here, trying to find the trades against Patty and Evil Mr. Muffins. Evil Mr. Muffins gets out. That is a hard name to say quickly. And the everything kind of settles down. Both teams with 100% Uber. Patty is down, but only has 9 seconds left on the respawn timer.
I don't know how calm this is going to be.
Uh-oh. Looks like they just kind of want to go.
Ascent rolling in instantly off that pick, but it's pretty much just a lead for Marmaloo to get in. As soon as Patty got up, they pretty much backed up. So, new Godflow put Ascent on their last, and now Godflow's on their last. This is a very close match, and this is the stuff I like to see between, you know, a top invite team. But look at this, Marmaloo. Will he commit on the spy class? He's checking off classes to see if they have a spy or a sniper, maybe. And he's back on soldier, so no spy yet from Marmaloo. Muffins on the NG, so this is gonna be a pretty rough last to take if you're Ascent. And I look, oh, there's the unpause.
The seventh player coming out for Evil Mr. Muffin, the standard typical spot here. Hopefully it'll buy them the time they need and buy them the engage they need to keep this going. But the even Ubers, and it was really up to Ascent to try to make something happen. They're holding really far back. Probably very conscious of the fact that there could be an off class.
I mean, word on the street is that Ascent apparently had 2 of their players' microphones not working, and no one knew the entire time. So now that that's fixed, maybe Ascent's gonna be a little bit more coordinated.
Ascent dropping 2. This is a really good opportunity for Flo to come in, trying to lead in here on Patty. Are they going to commit with the Uber? And they have kind of left Patty out to dry. Oh, but he gets out with a clutch arrow, and they're just going to lead. That was a decent opportunity for them, but they weren't able to make it happen.
Wow, that's so unfortunate. Apparently, Phelps was waiting for an arrow in house, and Dingo was just shooting pipes across the map, and Phelps died to the roller. And He's back. I mean, that's an opportunity for him to come up and off class, unless he's choosing to stay scout. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. The Phelps sniper. I'm a big fan of the Phelps sniper. I know what he's capable of doing, and I'm expecting him to hit some crazy shots.
Yes, but 4-4 is in a great position, or a decent position for anti-sniper anyway. So I don't. Dingo would have to, not Dingo, sorry. Phelps would have to come out pretty far to try to get anything on the medic. Opening shutter. Not able to take a shot, though.
Looks like he's edging in here, but ooh, nice spot from Marmaduke in the great position there. Looks like Patty almost actually got caught up there too as well. And looks like Dingo and Sai getting really aggressive in the right lobby, taking heals over there, trying to find a nice little miracle pipe onto a player. Patty
is in deep. Oh, and he eats the rocket.
That's a rough sack.
Yeah, and the rest of the team is low. Oh, Sai going down and Marmaduke Grills going down on the flank, weren't able to catch shield. And now they're 3 down. Doesn't matter if you have Uber, if you have nobody to Uber on.
A little bit of a questionable. I mean, they might hold this still, actually. Oh, wait,
they're gonna get they're starting to get their players. Dingo caught the Uber. Mr. Muffin's also catching Uber. The trade coming out. Great positioning for Ascent here, but they're gonna have to start backing out unless they start getting some picks here. And they do.
Big bomb.
Oh, but the point.
Trading frags left and right. Their health is so bad from Ascent. They need to kill Marmaduke and quick. Muffins gets piped and he actually dies. That's a huge frag. Oh, and Marmaduke getting over. Oh my god, big arrow from actually 404 there. Marmaduke trying to find his footing. He's pretty much the last leg. Dingo just spawns. And oh my gosh, that's so unfortunate that Muffins died there. But big pipe coming up from Dingo. That actually might be a lot of holes. Oh my god, this is the most chaos. Oh my god, this shotgun comes out from side. Holds it. That should never. Godflow should have lost, man. That made no sense.
Godflow should have lost that twice in a row. You're losing your scouts, having no scouts for half of your last defense. But Nursey does have 80% Uber. 4-4 just spawned. Only going to be rounding about 20% when Nursey gets hers. So they're going to have to pull out something. I mean, they got the heavy weapons guy. They got the 7th class. They're going to have to pull out something pretty special, though.
I'm a little nervous what's in treat for Godflow, though. That last push from Ascent was brutal, but here comes the Uber.
And here comes the Uber on Phelps. Oh,
focusing the trying to find the heavy. They're in the back line on the heavy. Not finding any kills with the Uber, and Phelps has such bad positioning. But 2 frags coming out from Ascent, but 2 more frags in response coming out from New Godflow. A 4th frag to round it up, and it's all up to Nursey. She is hot on her feet, out to mid.
Spent so long trying to kill the sentry, and then that chariot Uber just didn't work. They didn't find the kills, and the return frags on the flow made it all possible for them. Capping second here, they're going to be trying to look into taking mid. A huge Uber advantage, a 70% Uber advantage in for 404. Let's see what they can do with this here. They got to wait for their players, but that shouldn't take too long on a map like Metalworks.
Looks like Godflow's opting to take this through main
just
here.
Right in through lobby.
Patty clearing everything he can. It looks like he's ready to take this top left in the Marmaloo. They're probably going to have to use through here. Here comes the Uber looking like right in the Marmaloo. This could be a frag onto one of the flank players. Nice bomb followed from Sai Guy and Marmaduke finding aim. And oh my gosh, Sai again finding Marmaloo. That's unacceptable if you're Ascent. Losing 3 of your players, then also losing second as well. This is going to be a huge take from us, New Godflow.
Yeah, that deep Uber killing off that flank, really doing work. Patty and the rest of the combo trying to take second point now. Not going to find any contest from Ascent. Nursey's getting that Uber, but this is a very dangerous point to try to move off of. She could easily get popped, and Flo just has the ability to push in.
It looks like Ascent is now opting to walk through here, but I don't think they're going to find any value off this besides getting back the second control point.
They got nothing. Phelps got connected with no kills there. They may get the capture point, but only so long as 4-4 gets the Uber. Where are they going to try to take this Uber? Maybe through flank here, through Valley.
Looking like it. Campy has a pretty trap that I honestly think is going to drop 4-4. Not a lot of Devilmen trap that. Patty, I think it might actually die to this. This is a pretty nuts trap. If you just keep walking forward, Marmaduke gonna fall. There it is. Oh my god, no. Oh, Campy misses the det. That's brutal that Campy misses that.
The
and he dies for it.
The flank in from Ascent happening, trying to capture mid, but not going to happen the back half. Now there's nobody forward for Ascent. They're going to wrap around, try to get these picks real quick, and probably move on to last. Marmaduke and even Mr. Muffins.
I don't know what Yite was trying to find there, but this is going to be rough. It looks like they're coming into last here shortly. They might be trying to get some positioning. Muffins running in. They just got their spawners. They're still down 2, though. They might be trying to force Marmaduke going in onto the entire combo. A lot of cap time coming in from Muffins.
Forcing.
The force comes out. That's what you want, though. That's what you need.
Excellent. Just keep 404 alive now, and they are backing up. Patty.
Oh, they need to keep Sai alive. Nice. Okay.
Okay, good. Excellent. Great arrow. There's going to be another trade over this point, but
I really wish they didn't lose a third player, though. I feel like they could have held that.
Yeah, they really committed in on that last push, and they got the force. It all worked out for them, but now they need to try to make this work again, and maybe a little less sloppy this time. They're probably not going to be handed the entire Ascent flank on a silver platter again, so it's going to be up to them to try to make some moves.
Absolutely, and Nurse's rapidly approaching Uber. I don't think Ascent knows how small their ad just became. But Marmaloo getting ready to bomb onto the head of Patty. The Uber just now gets popped off, and Sai doing a lot of damage along with Dingo finding a frag on a Marmaloo. But the Uber's going to come back in here. Phelps ready to go. The Uber gets popped off, but again, New Gothel immediately disengaged. They are going to lose their pocket soldier for that, though, and they're going to lose their roamer. Little bit scary now for New Godful, losing a little bit of your splash classes, especially on Metalworks, but Ascent not opting to stop here. They're going to keep walking forward. Sai in position, trying to get an... Oh, big air shot from Sai. Going to hit aim for 100 there, and that's going to kind of slow him down a little bit. But New Godflow, around a 25 ad, are they going to take it in? It's going to be a little closer they try to, though. Judging by how they've been playing their ads so far, I doubt it. But Ascent does need to be careful here. They are able to be pushed on. But it doesn't. They're not even getting in position, not really distributing those buffs for 100% push. So now another stalemate. But the back and forth there was really interesting. How did Ascent come on top there? If you looked like I said before, when they had a lot of cap time on last, they triple sacked. They got a bunch of cap time, which is good, but they triple sacked. And then walking back into 2, they lost both their soldiers. Now they have no spam. Sai dying there, Sai dying there was pretty much the nail in the coffin. Then you had to wait for him to respawn. But it's all right, though. I mean, there's definitely worse situations they could have been in. If they lost one more, they could have been on last for all we know. But we're pretty much waiting for a play from Marmaloo, so we should probably get our eyes on Marmaloo as he is about to sack. And here we go. The bomb. And the shot gets denied immediately. Oh, no. But he gets out. Not going to die here. Evil Mr. Muffin's trying to chase the frag, but just too much health there on Marmaloo. So he lives for another attempt. Yeah, Marmaloo looking ready to go back in. He's grabbing his 300. They might be trying to coordinate a little bit more of a, more complicated sack. Right, a double sack or something like that. Maybe like fake aim in there. But Marmaloo looking ready to bomb in here. He's gonna get in through house. Oh, here comes the double. Time. Ooh, nice little rocket from Marmaduke there, taking down Marmaloo. And Name just backs on out, and they can keep trying it. Oh, is he? Patty's in behind. Whoa, this is huge from the scouts. Patty and Muffins taking so much attention. They are both going to fall, though. But this is full out from 4-4, and they got 2 picks. Sai looking to take an Uber in here. The Uber gets popped off, but they do lose Dingo on the flank. Oh, my God, but they're getting wrapped. They don't know this. Sai and the flank was so overextended. If they just let Sai take that solo in there without anything happening, they would have been able to just probably get those 2 kills in lobby, but they were forced to disengage because they lost the demo and roamer. Yeah, losing your flank there, very unfortunate. And the advantage swings right back to Ascent. They were playing super metered and super evenly during that engagement, and they didn't lose their cool and didn't lose their players. I mean, chasing those players on Ascent was a terrible mistake after losing those 2 players from Godflow. That ruined the entire Uber that Sai had planned. I mean, granted, I feel like he could have dropped lower and then, have met his team, but they shouldn't be in a position to get ran at and die there. Never. All right, Nursey is hitting 100% Uber, trying to take Phelps, going far left again. Early pop once again, this time only a level 1 sentry. Engineer immediately dies, switching over onto the Demo Man, getting a lot of damage onto the point. The counter Uber comes in, but it is 2 players dead already for New Godflow. And Ascent just backs on out. This is rough. I mean, Ascent's looking to refight here. I mean, they need to hurry up and choose an option. Marmaloo getting air pipe there is the worst case scenario possible. along with Aim and being low HP, but it's okay because Jake finding 2 frags. Aim getting out here. This could be the round for Ascent. Yite, finally Yite popping off. He is going to find 3 kills and has felt the scouts.
The scouts just came in.
That was big from the scouts there. They were the scouts, honestly, from from Ascent were a little quiet this game, but they finally turned up there. I feel like the playmaking from Ascent or New Godflow was a little bit better, but the all-around, impact of Ascent Scout, Ascent Scout finally came into play there. But anyway, starting off this mid, take us away.
Guy coming in mid nice and early. Ascent blocked into their spawn. Basically, first thing, Soldiers popping forward, trying to get some damage onto the combo desperately, but getting taken out for his trouble is Marmalou. The position is really good here for Ascent as they take tight and then have to back off basically immediately again. The frags and the health in Flow's advantage, and Ascent just has to back out. Took too much damage, took too much splash rockets from the Soldiers.
I don't know if you were on the Dingo cam, but he did
not.
He did so much damage top left. Ascent tried walking up left, and that's what I was saying. If you're going to move as a unit and take one side, and the demo's on and hitting everything, you're going to lose the mid, and that's exactly what Dingo did. He shot 2 pipes, connected them both, and I want to say did like 600 damage. It was retarded how much damage he just did there. It was amazing. And no one from Ascent was in position to even pressure Dingo nearly as hard, but there's probably around 6.5 minutes, I want to say, left in this round. So it's pretty much up to Godflow to try and close out this round and top the game.
Right, but even if they aren't able to in the next 6.5 minutes, they have to be happy with their performance so far against a team like Ascent. There's nothing about this game that tells me that New Godflow can't take rounds. So I'm hoping they can make something work here. They do have Evil Mr. Muffins on the sniper as he's peeking around the corner. It's knocked into lower, unable to find a connection.
I mean, Muffins here is a pretty phenomenal sniper as well. There's a lot of playmaking capability on either team when it comes to sniper, and it looks like Muffin's trying to find a hit shot on the Aim. He's not going to find it. Looks like he's going to opt to take a Sniper Valley. Marmalou ready to pounce, though. Oh, nice headshot on the Aim.
Oh,
that could be a position for someone to sack here, but Campy trying to help spam out Valley. Marmalou peeking under, trying to coordinate with Campy, and Muffin's actually getting a little too overzealous and finding himself dead there. But that's all right. That's just a normal sack.
Yep, New Godflow just able to back off a little bit here. Here comes the counter sack in from Aim. He tries to get deep and gets the knife, basically immediately backs right on out. The second counter sack, I guess, from Marmalou. Not going to actually do anything with that and just backs out himself. But very good back and forth play there. Aim tried to make something happen, but didn't overcommit. I like that.
Which is good. I mean, New Godflow, I know Patty in the bottom of his heart, he wants this game. He wants this bad. And I'm waiting for the opportunity that Nursey's just going to drop the Super here. Because I know Marmaduke looks like he's getting in now.
He gets in, but instantly destroyed. But Mr. Muffins also converts the pick, or converts the death there, and now there are 2 down for New Godflow.
That's a little bit risky of a 2-man. A lot easier to push in a mid, and you pretty much get yard for free. Like, look how much positioning Ascent has.
Yeah.
Literally just walked in. No positioning. But look at this. Hold on. Ascent wrap sides. This is terrible for Ascent. I don't like this at all. The Uber gets popped off. Patty and Happy Cool going to be taking this exchange right now. But Godflow back opting to leave here. And but Dingo dying there is brutal. And it looks like Patty also might find himself dead here as well. But Yite overextending. He's 1 HP. Big bomb from Marmaduke. Going to do so much damage to Happy Cool. He is going to back up to a lot of repositioning from New Godflow. Marmaduke having to leave. Beautiful play from Marmaduke. That was a little bit iffy on, and also Happy Cool dying super late. That was super iffy from Dingo dying there. I don't like how he overextended there, but he was able to find a big Marmaduke bomb, salvaging pretty much everything.
Yeah, excellent bomb. And here comes the bombs again from the Flow Soldiers. They take so much position for taking in the second point and even pushing forward into lobby, foregoing the cap point, trying to convert a couple of picks here. Even Ubers, 4-4 and Nursey both rounding 70%. And now we see Ascent holding last once again. Can Godflow actually make it happen this time?
I mean, hopefully. They're approaching on Uber. I'm looking to see the upset here. I know Godflow has been like prepping. I was talking to Marmaduke last night. They were really practicing, getting ready for this match, but Marmaduke fails his sack. He actually jumps into a heavy. Muffins does find a kill on the Yite though, but he trades it out.
Hard to fight in against the heavy here. They're going to continue looking for places to peek in. But Marmaduke dying as well. Is that going to signal a push here from Ascent? It looks like it might as Yite respawns. They're looking for a little space, trying to see what they can do. Not a whole lot going to happen there as Marmalou has to back right out.
Yeah, I don't think Yite dying there is pretty much why the reason Marmaduke sacked, because they knew that Muffins was going to respawn relatively quickly. And after Yite dying, it was a good opportunity for, you know, throwing a secondary sack while they weren't prepared. But 7th player being built by Yite.
Yeah, 7th player being built up here. They're putting it kind of further back in the corner now, maybe trying to pick off some bombers that are coming in, protect that medic just a little bit better. Sniper from Marmaduke Grills, is he able to get something here? Taking a shot, not doing a whole lot yet.
But other than that, we're pretty much waiting on Godfall. Time is not in their favor right now. Ooh, that's exactly what we're looking to see.
Let's see, will that signal a counter-track sack? Yes, it will on Patty. And then Dingo picks up, or not Dingo, Sai picks up Happy Cool. Muffin's picking up aims. That's 3 down for Ascent, and that will trigger the Uber onto Sai. 4-4 inside, trying to fight in here. Unable to get very much of anything as the counter Uber comes off on the Engineer class.
Dingo's in. They have to find a frag here. Marmaduke needs to pop off on Sniper. 4-4 going to take a lot of damage. Muffins as well. That's what we're looking to see. Marmaduke, he's online right now with Sniper. Muffins going to start pressuring the cap. Soldier in. Half the point is capped from New Godfall. Dingo, or Side Guy rather, finding a kill onto the demo, but Yite and Aim finding kills of their own. Aim going to follow Marmaduke. He's popping off Patty, finding Yite. Marmaduke again, finding the medic. Marmaduke and Patty. That's what you want to see. Like I was saying, Marmaduke on Sniper didn't really hit a lot the first time, but I told you the second time, he's either killing everyone in the server or he's hitting nothing. And that time, you want to see that from your Sniper, especially in a situation like that.
Minute 14 left in the half. Not really enough time to do anything with this round, but it means we're going to go into this half 1-1.
Anyway, starting out this mid though, Marmaduke getting super aggressive on the Dingo. That's a huge frag that you want to see from your roamer. Looks like Marmaduke is attempting, they're just going to leave. Reason being, 50 seconds left on the clock around here. You cannot botch this push. You need to just stall on 2, make Inercy have a terrible Uber. You need to not get in a position to feed here. As long as they can hold this for around 40 more seconds, probably not 40, probably like 20 at this rate, you should be fine. But Aim is going to fall to Muffins. This is such a rush push from Ascent, but I mean, it's warranted with how much time is left. Muffin's going to fall though to Campy. That's a big pick. They need to find one more to try and convert this into a round. Looks like they're going to take an exchange. Marmaduke going to fall as well. Even though Ascent's finding frags here, I don't think it's really going to matter as much. Aim is going to spawn, but actually, I may be eating my own words because I think there still might be time to close this out.
I wish I could see how much time is left. Darn ESEA.
That's it.
Yeah, oh, there we go. Yeah, losing all those players there on the attempted push. And Saikai trying to DM, and now it's just... Okay, there we go. 1-1 for the half. Such a back and forth game. I'm not used to 1-1s in TF2 being so action-packed, but that was... I mean, that was back and forth basically the entire time.
I am super satisfied with what's going on right now, but I have the stats open. I feel like we're gonna have a pretty decent halftime here, just because of the amount of tension between the two teams right now. Who wants it more at this point? This is the point in the game. You need to think about it. You're on the second half. The first half is kind of like okay. On that situation, like let's say New Godflow didn't have a point, and they timed out there. That's not the biggest issue in the world, because you have an entire 30 minutes. But that's not the case anymore in the second half. You have one more shot to try and close out as many rounds as possible, unless you want to take it to an overtime, which no one wants to go to an overtime.
No, I'm really looking for Flow to really get back into the driver's seat here and try to make something of their honestly quite good pushes and their quite good bombs and sacks, and take advantage of the player advantages they get.
Absolutely. One thing I do want to look at, I want to take a look at the stats here. This is, like I said, I thought the Ascent scouts weren't online until like the very, later half of the game, like, last like 8 minutes of the game, especially when they popped off on last. And I think, even though they have more frags, scout-wise, I think Patty and Muffins have made more space and playmaking potential than the scouts on Ascent. They've gotten more forces, but actually, we're going right into the second half. I thought they were going to talk strats because how close this is, but Shadow Puppet, I want you to take us into this mid. Like, what are you expecting?
I'm expecting Ascent to really try to make something happen this mid. Take those crates, split up a little bit, and do a lot of really good early damage. Waiting for the demo man to come around to mid. Marmaduke Grills taking the early fast path to mid, gets a nice deep bomb on and denies the Ascent demo man, but the damage is being traded back so well.
Wow.
Marmaloo dying basically immediately and trading for Psy Guy, or for a Dingo.
You need to look at the positioning for Flow right now. They lost Dingo, they leave. They don't have they can't deny the slopes anymore. They can't deny those little chokes I was talking about because they don't have sticky bombs anymore. Rockets from, 40, 50 damage, ranges aren't going to stop a team from taking a side. They need to be able to keep Dingo or Marmaloo off Dingo rather. But it looks like not the worst, mid to lose on. It looks like AIM going right into the sack.
On the AIM. Oh, gets destroyed. Does quite a bit of damage on his land. No follow-up going to be...
Look at this, look at this. Look at this fast push.
Oh, there we go. Even Mr. Muffin's coming in.
That's it.
Unfortunately trades.
Nah, Marm's dead too.
Wow, losing 2 there.
Muffins went too fast, man. I watched it happen.
So now there's Ascent can be in the driver's seat here. Both teams with 100% Uber, but Flow with 2 down. Where are they going to try to push? They're trying to push Valley here. Marmaloo and Yite up very far forward. Both scouts now for Ascent. Nursey pops the Uber, takes out Patty, and they start taking lobby. The counter Uber comes out. Are they able to defend? They are actually, as Dingo rains down Hellfire on the lobby.
Ascent's in a little bit of a scary position in my opinion. They don't really have the best health right now, but they're just now are getting their buffs out. But Campy pretty much sealing the second point, finding a kill onto Muffins there. And again, Phelps finding kill on the Dingo. I'm sorry, Psy Guy. I was going to say, I feel like Dingo's getting called out more than I expected, but they just have this name theory going on.
Yeah, Psy Guy gets caught out in the corner there and just dies immediately. Now 3 down, 2 down for Flow. 0 Uber pushed on both sides. This is dangerous from Ascent as they take a lot of damage trying to come in that door. And they do just back out, losing Happy Cool for their trouble.
Muffins is going to find, Phelps in that sack. Now you're going to see this. I'm going to say the Phelps sniper is going to come into play here. Ooh, Patty actually eating a little bit of damage. Are they going to try? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought Ascent was wrapping there. AIM got real deep in the lobby for a second. But it looks like Patty going under Nursey forces
Nursey. Now 4-4 just backing out. The entire Flow team ready to receive any players that come forward. Nobody. Ascent's not going to send any counter-strike, not going to make any attempt at a play here. That's kind of risky, but then again, New God Flow, are they able to really push off of a Metalworks last like this?
I mean, not really. I mean, Ascent showing a little bit of respect, not even holding close to lobby, trying to get like intel. I know they want to keep Nursey up. Their whole point is give them 2, let them Uber. That's what they're trying to do. But if they're holding far back, they may not warrant to use through here, and they're just going to use through here anyway. But it looks like they're going to find Marmaloo and Yite rolling the flank here. Patty coming in from behind onto Yite. Nice play from Godflow, collapsing on the flank. That's what you wanted. Now Nursey's approaching Uber, but they have 0 cap time. Patty and Muffins tried chasing, or Muffins dying, and Patty chasing that frag. They might be able to close out this cap, and it looks like Ascent
going all the way back out. Mid. The 2 players down, I guess they don't feel comfortable trying to do anything with no flank. And New Godflow just sitting comfortable on second. 4-4 rounding 50% Uber. Nursey has this limited time opportunity to try to push in here. And they're going to go through the flank. Oh no, they're gonna go lower?
I don't like this, especially with how close 4-4 is to Uber. Yep,
okay, there they go. Okay, Nursey rounding the corner here. Happy Cool leading the way. They've reached point without even having to pop Uber. And there comes the Uber onto Phelps right now as he tries to go in on Dingo. Dingo dying for Zephyr? Maybe? There he goes.
I thought they were going to Uber Psy Guy there. Why are they not Ubering their players here? Why did they not fight that?
They are. I think they thought they'd have died faster and they just bled out. Oh, they get forced by AIM at last. And there's no Uber.
That was terrible decision making from New Godflow. If they had that, they had Uber. I know they did. If they went in left there and maybe at least save Psy or maybe run deep and get Muffins. First off, they killed the 2 players that's murdering their team in lobby. I mean, I don't know. That was a little bit iffy. If I was in Patty's situation, because I know Patty's going to call that, Patty should have took that Uber in there and saved Psy's life.
It would have definitely put them in a different position here and probably able to hold on to second, maybe even pushing the mid. But as it is, Nursey's grabbing Uber, leading in with Phelps, coming around the corner, ignoring the sentry and instead choosing to go for the players in the back. The new Godflow is wrapped around the corner, doing a lot of damage. Players dying on every side. Flow loses everybody, though, as Ascent just collapses on their position and kill everybody. That was a very different Ascent than what we saw last half.
Those were the scouts from Ascent coming online for the last push again. Again, 5 kills between the 2 scouts. Happy Cool getting 3, Yite claiming 2 of his own, vice versa. I don't know who got the 3, but 5 kills from the scouts on Ascent. They absolutely popped off there. That's what you want to see from your scouts on this open point. But anyway, going into this mid, I'm going to get my eyes on Happy Cool, the Ascent fresh meat. So we're going to see what his decision making is. Going to take a little bit of early damage. Going to go up the top right here. Going to try and find a kill onto Marm. Marm's taking a lot of damage going in behind. He's pretty much probably just going to die in the back line.
Aim going in for the deep bomb. Able to get not a whole lot with that and dies on the ground to Dingo, who's going absolutely insane this mid-fight. Plenty of deaths happening on only the Ascent side. Losing only Dingo for that. That's a really good mid.
Marmaduke played awesome that mid. Marmaduke got in behind, even though he was like 20 health. I want to say 2 players from Ascent like chased them, right? They chased them behind. Now, Dingo, I'm sorry, Saigai and Patty ran under point and claimed free frags.
Ooh, I had a little lag out there. You were talking to me.
No, you're all good. But anyway, going into this last fight then, looks like Godflow is getting ready to take this in. They're giving out their last minute buffs. Shadow Puppet, bring us to this last fight. What do you think is going to happen here?
Well, it looks like they're gearing up for a left-sided push here. Going to lead in on Patty. Takes the Uber. Gets denied a little bit immediately, but it's okay because he is invulnerable. Trying to take the fight behind. It's now time for them to start trying to get some cap time down. And they're just going for the front. Ames and Yite go down. And it's true that Dingo goes down as well, but that's not going to be very useful as the entire Ascent team dies. That was almost exactly the opposite of what happened the last fight, where Ascent just basically had the same thing done to them that they just did to Flow. Very, very good push. That was the kind of frag and get on the point that we wanted to see from them.
That was some primal TF2 on that last fight there. It was just an all-out brawl. But anyway, I got my eyes on Senior Campy here. Getting rolling out lower right. Dingo getting in there a little. Ooh, Campy having a terrible mid so far.
Just denied immediately.
Dingo. No positioning from Ascent right now. Marmaduke just stuffing them into their valley. But is he going to die for this? This isn't going to be good. He's going to get arrowed. Big arrow over there from 404. And Happy Cool and the scouts from Ascent have no positioning. And half the points cap from Godflow. It looks like Dingo's trying to just lock out lower left here. He is trying to hit. He gets no pipes though. Patty onto Nursey gonna not really do a lot of damage. Saigai, Happy Cool gonna trade her though from the hand of Saigai onto Nursey. She pops the Uber off and Brad, or 404 rather, my apologies. He's gonna have this Uber. They're gonna wrap in top left here. This is gonna be a huge Uber coming in from for Godflow if they even get forced. Marmalou bombing, gonna beef all his rockets. Marmalou. Oh no.
Didn't even have to pop that Uber. That was awfully close. I'm not sure I'd have had the balls 404 had there. But here they're just going to push right around. Great decision making. 100% Uber advantage. They are choosing to take this lower, but why bother going anywhere longer when you can just run in with Patty?
I mean, that was amazing coordination from Godflow, knowing as soon as they had Uber, instantly wrapped top left and got frags there. But it looks like Godflow, no breaks on this train. Nursey doesn't even have Uber yet. The Pyro and Engineer out. The Pyro is very ineffective on this last push, in my opinion, because he's not in position to die. He's just trying to keep the gun alive, but no positioning for the point from Ascent.
Godflow playing it slow. Oh, there they're coming with the Uber. Patty trying to take point.
But the point!
Oh, they just get a point! It doesn't matter if you have more kills if you don't have the point.
This is a game that I like to see. There is no cap. Patty put him in spawn, dude. I love it. But Ascent down this round. Is high five? Was he the glue of the team? Is Ascent falling apart? We're about to find out this mid with Dingo rolling out lower right. He's been doing a lot of work on these mids. Gonna start hitting lower right. Gonna tag Campy and Yite. Good damage so far, but Dingo eating his own damage of his own and instantly giving on mid.
It dies immediately. Marmaduke Grills trades out as well. Marmalou picking up that kill, and now it's time for Flow to get out. Is Saigai going to be able to get out? No, not at all. In a sense, in the perfect position to just keep on pushing through Valley here, and that's what they're going to do. Nursey rounding the corner along with Happy Cool, and they're just going to keep pushing. They're just going to roll right on past. And if the last round seemed fast from Flow, Ascent is showing no signs of being any slower. The bomb comes in, Marmalou denied though.
You need to see what's going on here, though. They don't even have 2 caps.
That's true.
Ascent was getting, they put in Marmalou. Okay, that's cool and all. But I feel like even sacking there, having no support from your team, especially on a map as big as Metalworks with Ascent and Terry, not going to happen.
And now both teams have Uber, 404, Nursey, both waiting for the opportunity to try to do either a defensive or an offensive Uber here. What is Ascent going to try to do? They are a round down. There's lots of time left on the half. We got like maybe 18 or 19 minutes, but they must be feeling the pressure here.
I mean, you got to remember, the ball is in Ascent's court. Godflow can sit on last all they want and make this a 3-2, and if they want to play European TF2 like 7. I mean, if they just want to play slow-paced TF2.
Here comes the bomb in from Marmalou. Takes position on the crates, trying to rain down some damage on the enemy team. Oh, they're going to get the sentry and the dispenser for it. They do trade Marmalou, though. Oh, they trade everybody.
Oh, my God.
Aim and Yite going down as well. Is this the opportunity that Flo needed? It's hard to push off Metalworks, but with 3 players down, I think they can probably do this. They're rounding around into lobby here. Patty going to lead in. Doesn't even have to pop Uber on Patty. There is the player behind, Happy Cool, going for the back half, but it is too late.
I mean, Ascent on the back foot. The Uber does get popped off from Ascent. Yeah. Uber trades, but I mean, other than that, oh, Patty getting a little too deep here. Oh, that's not good from Phelpso. And Godflow actually trying to wrap to mid. 404 gonna fall though from Marmalou, but Dingo's actually in behind. He is gonna die. I think he's gonna actually pipe Yike though. I don't know. This is primal.
What is even
TF2.
going on?
This is ancient TF2.
This is just dirty and fun. Flo though is going to come out ahead, try to take mid here. Evil Mr. Muffins, the 58 health scout. Oh, but Ascent's actually just kind of come back, and why not? They have the spawn advantage. They're going to lose Mr. Muffins for the cap, but, overall, decent play there. They got off their last. They pushed forward. Very hard to do on Metalworks. But Nursey has the full Uber advantage.
I mean, Dingo or Psy dying again. Or Psy dying again. He does kill Marmalou. Hit him with a quick later in chat. You gotta love it. But it looks like Ascent approaching 50 ad. Marmalou rolling out. Psy Guy's still down. They're trying to just walk this in lower.
Try to do this lower push again here. But Nursey is the one actually leading the push and gets immediately popped by a well-placed Marmaduke. And New Godflow is just out. They pop the enemy Uber and they just leave. They're playing nice defensive TF2. That's all they need to do right now. Marmaduke coming in clutch. And now Nursey has no toolkit for her team. Ascent has no ability to really push in here, barring any sort of trade.
I mean, Godflow, this is gonna be a brutal shutter push. They're gonna explode right through here. There it is on Marmalou. Free kill right there. Done. Marmalou's done.
Popped immediately, but it takes them way too long to kill Marmalou, and the rest of Ascent gets out. Not necessarily great from the Uber trading perspective, but they are going to hold on to second here, and they do get another chance at trying to force Ascent through the shutter or through the Uber.
That needs to be a 2-shot if you're Patty. You need to kill Marmalou, then instantly get a little bit of house control. But I mean, either way, I think the outcome was the same. Ascent opting to go, opting to go Valley here. Big bomb in here coming in from AIM. Gonna try and make some space, but again,
popped super early by the Marmaduke grill, and they're not gonna find anything with this Uber. Campy does go down to a Dingo sticky trap, and Yite finishes off Marmaduke grills. But the early pop from Marmaduke, who's just going off, is gonna signal the counter push here from Godflow.
Big pipe from Dingo onto Yite. Happy Cool gonna fall. Both the Skypes should perish here from Ascent, but it looks like Yite just gonna barely make it out. He's gonna actually surf that pipe, but again, 2 players down from Godflow. They do have the ad though. No scouts, so again, you gotta kind of chill, but again, Saiga got that pocket scout, aka his Chateaubriand. So let's gonna see what he's gonna want to do with it. Big bomb, I think, coming in from. I thought Marmalou was gonna bomb from the, but it looks like they he backed
was thinking
up there.
About it.
Yeah, he was thinking, but he said, you know what? It ain't worth my life.
So now Ascent just holding back on mid. They know they don't have Uber, and they know that Flo does. But they're taking it so slowly here that there's not going to be any advantage by the time they get into mid. They do, however, lead in with Patty, maybe thinking they have more of an advantage than they do. Don't have to pop on Patty, who does take out Marmalou basically immediately. And Ascent just gives up midpoint to Godflow.
That's a lot of respect you're showing the enemy team there. If you're Ascent, that's brutal to just walk away from that. I know you're down Marmalu, but you're in a 3-2 situation with 15 minutes left. I understand you got to play it safe. There's the sack from Marmaduke, not going to find anything. Now, will Marmaduke do his patent step? But look, wait, hold on, pause.
An actual spy for Marmalu.
I smell it. Marmalu is he's a weird off-classer. He does it, like, he hasn't done this all game. But now will he get away with it for the first time? We'll find out. Oh, is he going to go on top of the crates? This is big if he does it. Oh, I like this.
He's almost gotten discovered like 3 times.
No. Oh, Patty! Turn around! Patty! Please! Someone turn around! Oh, no! Marmalu just sneaks his way in. They have no idea. He's on 404!
How do you... Nobody bothered to turn around for 30 seconds. And Marmalu just takes out the medic. And that signals the push in from Ascent. They take a lot of position here, convert almost all of the frags. Marmaduke girl's trying to get something for it. Nursey does have to pop, but what does it matter when 404 hasn't even spawned yet?
Marmalu just claimed 404's cheeks for his own and just I don't know. He just manhandled him, honestly. No, I don't know how Patty didn't even hear that decloak. He needs to turn that game audio way up. Get off the Turtle Beach PX20s and upgrade to them Sennheiser headphones. Get that better sound quality. But AIM looking to create some space here. Happy Cool running up right behind him. But again, this is just another even fight here. No team has Uber. Big frag coming out from Campy on the Evil Mr. Muffins. This may make New Godflow opt to leave. Guy also taking a lot of damage as well. Patty trying to help out his flank, and Godflow dropping 3 players. Muffins having a pretty early spawn, but again, Dingo needs to stop getting caught out in these situations. I feel like he's dying way more in these situations where he knows it's not viable to die in. But it looks like Sai's getting caught out here. Sai's going to die. This is going to be a round for Ascent. It looks like Ascent trying to get the positioning. Patty going to fall. They just got the spawners. The heavy getting chipped down. But... oh,
you got to get on the point, guys. Marmaduke just being a god. Oh, and takes out Marmaduke. But I feel like the scout coming in here is going to signal the end.
No! The Yite Muffin failed tracking the scout, and Yite hit all the meat shots in the dimension.
As it turns out, you just have to run in a straight line at the heavy.
Even though Marmaduke got 3 kills, Muffins wasn't able to, you know, poo.
Marmaduke girl is taking a lot of position.
Oh my god!
Dives in deep on that Campy and takes him out. Trades his life for it, but I'll take that trade any day. And now Ascent's super on the back foot here. Oh, I mean, Ascent's actually just moving forward.
Dingo surfing out just barely. Ascent still has so much position here, even though they don't have Campy on their team. Dingo getting caught out almost, and he's dying again. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. This is terrible if you're Godflow.
How do you even let that happen? You lose your demo man immediately, and then you just push forward, and that worked. 404 dying as well. That's a little bit of a crumble there from Godflow.
They all chased Marmalu like in behind, like Dingo again. He was top right all by himself and got bombed by Marmalu, and it was effectively him being dead for almost half the mid. Marmalu did so much damage.
All right, here's the Nursey with 100% Uber, taking both of the soldiers and a scout over here onto the far right side. Gonna be able to very carefully choose their angle here, do a lot of scouting, make sure nothing silly is going on before they take their Uber in. Looks like they're gonna opt for a far left once again. Phelps taking the Uber, popping nice and early, not wanting to take any chances. Immediately finds and takes down this entry. The new Godflow wrapping around that position again, trying to make sure they continue to have point presence. They're doing a lot of damage. Marmaduke coming on in onto Nursey and gets taken out by a quick saw. And now Ascent has all the players. It's going to be up to Evil Mr. Muffins inside to try to make any frags happen here. And there's just no point presence whatsoever.
Wow.
And Ascent just takes another round.
The new Godflow is crumbling. Bad. Real bad. They had a 3-2 lead, and now they're on a 4-3. You know, now they're trailing.
Yep, they do have 10 minutes left. They can tie this up or even get 2 rounds if they want to, but they have to pull this together. Campy coming in around here, trying to make something happen. Marmaduke goes again with the super fast bomb, but not going to commit with it this time. Just taking position. Probably a good decision considering what happened last round. AIM taking the crates, raining down some damage on the combo of New Godflow. And New Godflow has all of the height, all of the spam ability. It's going to be up to them to take advantage of that.
Yite's just allowed to walk up and just decimate pretty much Dingo or Psy Guy for free. Psy finding a frag. Big rocket air shotting Marmaduke, but he is gonna fall very shortly, and that's oh, but Dingo! Oh my God, Dingo! Dingo just nuked the server. All right.
Just brushing off that aggressive European style demo man and bombing in.
If Cadis was in the server, that's some Kato right there.
Yeah, you could have masked the names, and I would have told you that's Cadis every day of the week.
I mean, I really hope our producer was on Dingo's camera there, because oh my God, Dingo bombs in, double sticky traps off the combo, kills Nursey, and I believe he also kills a scout, and then he also air shots a soldier. Like, you can't get that wrong. But again, Ascent just walking in here and bullying them out.
They're just allowed to walk. Nobody took even a lot of damage when they came around the corner. Marmalou jumped up, and now Godflow has to back off. Do you have the Uber advantage? Do they want to try to make something happen here? Force holding awfully close, rounding 100% right now, trying to get scouts in or something, but they just do not have the position, and probably just going to have to back out here. Oh, but they're going to go for it anyway.
We'll have to watch out for these traps, so they do have on the rock. The Uber's going to get popped out here. It's going to be an Uber exchange.
But
4-4 popping so late, though.
Yeah, but Godflow low and losing Dingo there. They're going to have to back out, tail between their legs. Are they even going to survive this bomb? Ooh, barely does Ames take out Psy Guy and then gets traded off for it. The frag's coming back and forth.
And that might be the nail in the coffin if you're New Godflow. Losing 2 classes really late. Let's see if they're going to be able to hold this. Ascent might be ready to push him, but it looks like they're just going to stalemate it out, having 8 minutes left.
Sorry, my internet is coming in and out tonight. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, I am back now. Sorry about that.
No problem, but I mean, this is do or die for Godflow right now.
Yeah, fortunately for them, they're going to be able to get the Uber before the push comes in. Ascent holding nice and far back. Do they even want to be terribly aggressive here, you know? It seems like their only way they're going to lose this round is if they fail a last push and get pushed out.
I mean, New Godflow needs to find their footing.
It's very hard to do here on Metalworks Last, and the Ascent team playing nice and defensively, not peeking these shutters, not being aggressive. Oh, but it looks like, I want to say Marmalou got pulled in. I don't think he was trying to go there, but he does trade out the center gun.
But Yite getting that. If Patty didn't die there, that was pushable.
This is a push, yeah.
But Patty dying there, losing the 1v1 versus Yite. Wait, hold on. I see Marmaduke on a little bit of a market gardener. So you might see a couple of meme spoons, courtesy of DD5F. But again, Yite, no off class from him. Sentry coming up. This is not the type of last you want to see, honestly, because there's 6.5 minutes around there, and you have to make up a round in that time, and you have to go coast to coast. You got to go from. Oh, but Marmalou's in right on the 404. No.
But doesn't even connect us. Yeah, not a single one. I want to see maybe a little counter sack or something, but nothing's really coming through. Are they just going to try to push off this? A one-player even Uber push. That's risky, but they don't have much of a choice, do they?
You're at the point in the game where... Wait, Patty's on Nursey again. Again, he does it.
Forces the Uber, and this is the opportunity for New Godflow to back out and try to make another push happen. Oh, but if they lose side, and they don't, side, taking the message from the caster here and backing out, not trading.
Patty has done what he's done to Nursey about 3 or 4 times this match, and that could be the momentum change that New Godflow need. Muffins, took a peep at the stats. Muffins does need to find his footing. I took a little sneak peek. Muffins kind of getting a little bit on, but
Dingo
gonna fall
sticky
again.
Trap. Not checking the trap, and that's probably just gonna signal it back out. But they don't have the clock time to keep doing this. Ascent just seems like they're in the driver's seat, just continually rebuffing these push attempts.
I mean, those were 2 very, very poorly timed deaths. Reason being because Ascent got a kill on the Patty up post force.
Patty dying
again.
Is Ascent going to take a gamble here and push out? It looks like they are going to try to send somebody in.
I don't think they're going to push. I mean, pushing off one player, I mean, especially this late,
Right.
it's a bit risky. 5 minutes left in the half now.
They do send in Marmalou. He gets sent back, but not before killing Mr. Muffin. And that's not a great trade if you're Flow here. You got 2 players sitting in the timeout zone. They need to convert these frags as they're coming in, and they do. Killing Yite, almost killing Aim. That was a decent reboot there of Ascent, but they're gonna need to find something better than that if they want to push off last.
And what I can see, I mean, it looks like the scouts from Ascent started becoming online, absolutely just decimating everything in their path right now. And you gotta watch out. It looks like Marmaduke Grills, they're bringing everything out. You got the Spooby.
He doesn't want to be outclassed by Marmalou. Gonna try to.
I mean, honestly, this is warranted. I'm normally not. I used to be a big spy on defense advocate, but I mean, look how much time. Look where Nursey is. Look how bad that stab, or look how hard that stab's gonna be from Marmaduke. But wait, hold on. It looks like he's weaseling his way in here. They do get a nice stab on the demo.
That's a great start, and maybe it will signal a push out from New Godflow, but there's just not a whole lot of room for them to work with unless they want to commit with an Uber push. It looks like Ascent is going to try to commit with their Uber to defending this point. It is 4-4 who has to pop first, and it is a double pop onto the Soldier and Scout, whereas a single pop for Nursey. Ascent is going to take the back seat here, back up a little bit, give Flow the point. Oh, but the flank on Yite.
404 died.
Yep.
But, I mean, unless they can find a kill on the Nursey, Campy's going to fall. This is do or die.
I mean, this is good and bad for Flow. They lost 4-4. They didn't kill Nursey, but they do have the point. So that's good that they got the point. They may be even able to convert it into a midpoint, but they have no time, and they need to weasel their way past a full Uber advantage Nursey.
I mean, Nursey, it doesn't have quite yet. Aim's coming in, though. Blocking the cap. Forcing Side Guy out. Marmalou looking to get into position to try and maybe pounce on someone. But again, looking at around 2.5 minutes here left in the game. But I think it's...
Ascent takes all of the position, and New Godflow has to back out.
I mean, you have to take an Uber exchange. I mean, I could only imagine, like, the comms right now.
You have to just hope for an Uber exchange that goes well in your favor.
I mean, I can sense something might be a little questionable here. I feel like something isn't going to happen.
It looks like New Godflow wants to take Patty in here with this Uber. Actually going to lead in on Sai, who gets shut down basically immediately, gets no vertical area, gets no shots off. Patty does trade in on aims, but then trade in Uber comes from Nursey, pushing New Godflow back into their valley. They're just taking so much damage, and Ascent has all of the room to work with.
Shadow Puppet, I think that's the nail in the coffin. We had a pretty phenomenal start to New Godflow, being up around as well, but then doing a couple sloppy pushes, miscoordinated plays. That should be it. That should be the game. I believe they are going to time out here shortly.
It's hard to tell. I wish that we were able to have a clock for our own, but there certainly isn't enough time for them to try to get past a fully Uber-charged Nursey. As long as Ascent plays nice and easy here on this midpoint. It's all up to New Godflow trying to make something happen. Here comes the bomb in from Sai. He gets denied immediately once again, and Yite this time taking out Mr. Muffin. The Uber comes in on Patty, but is he able to get anything with it? No, and in fact, Marmaduke Grills dies. That probably nothing can happen now for New Godflow.
That looks like the game. Big GGs to both teams. We're pretty much in garbage time now. There's around 20 seconds left on the game, and that's it. New Godflow falling to Ascent 4-3.
It's a very good game though. I really do feel that New Godflow could have had a few of those rounds if they just tightened up their play and tightened up their strategy a little bit.
I mean, that kind of goes for show, like, how much impact High Five had on Ascent, because Normally, Godflow kind of struggled a little bit against this team. They were a little bit iffy on how they were playing. I mean, granted, allegedly, microphones were broken. No one can hear certain players. I mean, I think that this is a little bit too close for Ascent. I mean, I don't. Again, we don't know what's happening. Phelps could be a sub. High Five could come back tomorrow. No one really knows what's going on. I mean, the fact that he would miss out on a pretty important match does kind of steer me to believe that Phelps might be the new Ascent main. But that goes to show, like, Ascent needs to keep their eyes open, because you need to remember they have another pretty hard, another good team to play. They have Velocity.
Yeah, and Phelps played, I think, very, very well. Handled himself extremely well during every single one of those Ubers. Didn't beef anything. Just a quick stat preview. Got 37 frags. When you're tying Yite for frags, that's when you know you're doing a good job. Like that's.
Yeah, I mean, Ascent and Ascent Scouts, in my opinion, they kind of they didn't really have as much impact as I would have hoped in the first half. But then the second half, they did everything they needed to do and more. Phelps and Yite absolutely played phenomenally. Patty also stepped up a little bit as well. Has a little bit more deaths than I would appreciate. I mean, look at Saigai. I want you to look at Saigai for a second. Absolutely decimated Ascent. 39 and 17. Sai is Dingo, if you don't know, and Saigai, at least from a name wise, Dingo is Saigai, Saigai is Dingo, and Saigai, even including the pause, 278 damage a minute.
That's just an incredible amount of damage.
With 17 deaths. I mean, granted, he took around 1,000 more heals and aim, but look at how much more just impact he had that game. I mean, Nursey as well, 5 deaths. And also a staggering amount of more Ubers than the 404. But Saigai going 31. I mean, honestly, I don't think Muffins played to his potential that game.
Muffins and the roamer, the names are really, really, really getting to me when I'm trying to talk about this.
Marmaduke was roaming. Yeah, Marmaduke roamer.
But they continuously traded out these soldiers and lost people on these transitions. And so even though they would get the force and look like they would be in a good position, they didn't have the players to actually take advantage of any of it. And to me, that's the sad part of this game, is they had the opportunities and they just traded out.
I mean, that was a pretty phenomenal game when it came to new Godflow. They played exceptionally well. But again, in that first half, though, it was a little bit too close for Ascent, and Godflow keeping it neck and neck pretty much. I just feel like if Muffins turned on a little bit, this could have been a different game. Muffins not performing as well as I would have hoped. I know Muffins is a fantastic scout. Maybe just had an off night, but he needed to find his footing because he was not keeping up with the Yite, nor Happy Cool, nor Patty. But other than that, that's a statement game for Godflow. I think they still played phenomenal regardless of the outcome of the match. Even though they were up a little bit, I still think that Godflow has what it takes to beat them in playoffs in a BO5 situation, even though it is going to be tougher to do that against Ascent because they do seem to be a little more consistent on paper. But Godflow has to step it up because, again, if they can't form to Phelps's, play style, he did perform well this match, don't get me wrong, but again, that could all change in an instant because, like I said, that first half was an eye-opener for Ascent.
And does New Godflow even make playoffs? Is 3 rounds enough to break the round tiebreaker?
I mean, we can take a little sneak preview into that. So let me open up both teams here. So before we throw off the stream, we'll give you guys a little bit of theory crafting. Your 3 guaranteed playoff teams for Season 20 are Velocity, Ascent, and Froyotech, so congrats to all those teams. They're pretty much a shoo-in. But there is a little bit of a, race, like there is every single season. You have Mentality Esports and New Godflow. Right now, after the match with Ascent, Godflow leads by 9 rounds. So Mentality, at most, can get 9 rounds, actually. So it's pretty much they have to beat Froyotech or they lose. They have to beat Froyo. I mean, if they don't get statistically, it's impossible because they're getting 2 forfeit wins. I know you guys can't see, so I'll explain it. They're getting 2 forfeit wins mentality. They're getting a forfeit win versus Omni 5, and they're getting a forfeit win versus Black Swan. On paper, they're going to lose to Furya Tech. Even if they take 4 rounds, that's still not enough to meet Godflow, and they also tied in head-to-head. So that's pretty much it.
So those 3 rounds are enough then. So even if they are 5-0'd against Velocity.
All right, but other than that, we're not going to keep you guys here any longer. Yep. We have Morris here. Beautiful production, by the way, from Morris, having some amazing highlights. Production I've never really seen, so we might have to get this guy promoted in the ranks a little bit for providing some grade A production with these cool highlights. But other than that, I'm Sandblast, Dr. Shadowpuppet. Dude, you're an awesome casting partner, man. You're awesome. You kept the hype going. I love it. It was an awesome game casting with you, man. Seriously.
Tons and tons of fun.
And also, Morris, can't forget, loot that little chicken picture in this TFTV avatar. I know you see it. You like it. But we're going to throw off the cast here. Seriously, guys, GG's. We'll see you guys in the next cast. Hopefully, we have a big match coming up soon. I don't know if we have any... it looks like we're probably going to cover Godflow and Velocity. That might be our next match we're going to cast on July 18th. Whether that match date is confirmed or not, we'll get back to you on that. But anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your night, and peace out.
Have a good night, guys.